So George, a 3-point victory in the end, but it's a big one because we're in a final.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I think particularly the first half, thought the boys were outstanding. It was tough. I think there were some great moments in there from a lot of people. Zach had some really strong moments. I thought a couple of young lads, I thought the wingers chased really, really hard, which was great. And I thought George managed it really well. And Lloyd slipped in there, managed it really well when George was off the pitch. So I think there's some real big positives from the first half. I think second half, Exeter really came out flying. There was always going to be a bit of a momentum shift, and we'll look at that and see how we could have managed that better. But ultimately, it's brilliant to be in the final.
And Josh Hathaway was one of those people that had to come in late after obviously Ollie Thorley was unable to play today, and he had a pretty good game as well.
Yeah, Ollie Thorley got sick this morning, so we had to make a late change, and Jake Morris had to come in on the bench. And I think Josh did a great job. He stepped right in, did everything we asked him to do in the system, and really, really pleased with his performance. So I think sometimes, those little changes have the capacity to derail you a little bit, but I thought the boys managed that really well. I thought Jake, when he was on, did really well, and I thought, as I say, when Lloyd took over at 10, I thought it was a great 10 minutes. So I thought the boys adapted really well to anything that got thrown at us.
And when you go ahead in a first half like we did, and we had all the momentum in that first half, you know that the second half is probably going to be a little bit different. What was the message, I guess, at half time to make sure that we didn't take our foot off the pedal?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to do what we did in the first half because we came with a pretty specific plan against Exeter, and we felt if we did that in the second half, we would have at least kept them back a little bit more than they did. I thought Exeter disrupted our breakdown really well, threw a lot of bodies in, and I think there's a few things we could have controlled, a couple of penalties and things where we could have taken the pressure off ourselves and put it back on Exeter, and we'll learn from that definitely. And I think there's a good learning in knockout rugby there that you've got to try and control that momentum as much as you can.
I guess there's also credit to the defence as well, because there was stages, particularly towards the end of that first half as well, that Exeter had a chance to score, and equally the second half they had a few opportunities, but the defence on the most part held pretty stern.
Yeah, I think Dom's done a great job there. He's a brilliant defence coach, and he's really anchored down on a few key principles for the boys over the last couple of months, and particularly against Exeter, because they are prolific 5 metres out, and their game is built around that. And I thought Dom's plan, particularly for Exeter, was brilliant, and the boys executed it.
I guess you'll now be rooting for Leicester tomorrow, so it means a home final.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we always want to play every game here, so it'd be great to have the final here. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I think that'll be a tough game, but wherever we got the final, it's just good to be there.
Thanks, George.
Thanks.